Funk here from ExplodesOnSixGaming. Today we're going to have our very first unboxing video for Terrain. I love Terrain, I love narrative play, I love the story behind 40K and most tabletop gaming, as a matter of fact. So one of the best things that I like about it is being immersed in the story. I think one of the easiest way to do that is to have a table that reflects the story really well. So I'm all about Terrain. You might say I have Terrain on the brain. Anywho, today we're going to be unboxing a Kickstarter project that I funded several months ago called the Sector Meritas Containers Set from TinkerTurf Terrain. So TinkerTurf, the skinny behind this is it is a thick cardboard punch out that you glue together with PVA glue. You glue several layers together to give it texture, and it's beautifully printed. So we're going to open it up, take a look inside, and I'll even put some together for you to see how easy it is. Alright, let's do it. Alright folks, this is it, the Sector Meritas Containers Set Neutral Zone. It says Neutral Zone here because TinkerTurf makes three separate main, I guess, colorations or color schemes, if you will. There's Neutral Zone, which is, just as its name might suggest, neutral, so you can use it for all environments. They have a snow environment, so all the equipment, all the terrain looks like it's covered in snow if you play, Space Wolves or some other Arctic featured army, maybe Valhalla Imperial Guard if you're old school. And then they also have a rusted out, like worn down contamination zone. So that'd be good for, Nurgle or Death Guard or just something that you want to show a lot of wear and tear on. So you got the name, what subsect of the set. So today we're going to do container set. They have ladders, they have catwalks and walkways. They have a mag train, which I'm really excited about. Here it lists where you find the instructions, so they don't come with instructions. You just go to a URL on the website and they have it loaded up ready for you. And this is TinkerTurf itself, shop.tinkerhousegames.com. They're on Instagram at Tinker_turf, Facebook at TinkerTurf Terrain, and Twitter at Tinker_turf. It says ages 14 and up, but I guarantee you could definitely have a younger person put this together. This is super easy, super simple. You just need to guide them on what pieces go where. Alright, so this bad boy comes with 4 sheets, as you can see there, and each sheet will make its own container. So I'll pull this thing open and we'll look at one of the sheets. Alright, here you go. This is what a sheet looks like. The container set at least comes with 4 of these. Just one of these sheets will make an entire container. So without further ado, I'll just start punching them out and we can look at how easily they punch out and how easily they get put together. So you can see the main piece just immediately came out without hardly any force. We've got little spots for you to put your glue for when you need to glue it. And there are other little pieces that you can punch out. Just easily just pop it out. You could use your finger or you could use precision hobby tools, whatever your heart desires. Either way, it's good. We'll just punch all these out. Set it aside for the moment. Alright, then we got it up here. Punch that guy out. Punch that guy out, set it aside. We'll start out with these big long pieces. This is going to give the container structural integrity. It is cardboard, but don't be afraid about its flimsiness because this is pretty thick laser cut cardboard, so it will stay together fairly well. And then once you put multiple pieces on there, it kind of just supports itself. So this guy's empty, done with that. Now we've got our different pieces. You can see here it has locations for where to glue it, and essentially you're just going to fold it over. So you get the fold first to make sure the fold is nice and even. We're going to glue in the little spots, clip it with a nice little clip so that we don't have to sit here and hold it ourselves for 40 minutes as the glue dries. I'm going to glue all this on little spots and clip it all together, and when we come back we'll show you what one looks like in proc, and then we'll show you what one looks like all glued together. Okay, we've got our glue, we've got our clamps, we've got our folded piece. So all you do to put this thing together is you just glue, get a little dab in each little spot, you press down. Don't worry about the overspill, you can wipe it off with a cloth or a napkin, or you can let it dry because it dries clear. So there you go. It's glued together, clamped shut. Now we just set this to the side and let that bad boy dry. Grab some more clamps real quick. Rinse and repeat. Fold it evenly. Glue, 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 glue. Fold. You want to make sure the fold is even so that it makes a nice flat surface when they come together. Now this is cardboard, so once you have it all glued and dried up, you can see there are little flash parts from where it disconnected from the cardboard. You can take an X-Acto knife and just scrape that right off and it'll disappear. Now we've got these guys. Glue, 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 glue. I did a little out of sequence. I glued before I folded, but I've made 3 of these already, so I'm basically just John Wayning it at this point. Operating outside of the tech data. Clamp that together. What we're going to do is we'll do that for these 3. Then for this guy, this is basically the mainstay of the container. So you're going to fold each individual line here like so. So that it will wrap up like this eventually, right? See that? And we're going to glue in here, glue in there. Put one of these guys, put him flat like that, let that dry, clamp on each side. Get this guy, glue him like this, then wrap it up, put them together, glue it like that, clamp there. Then we'll put these guys in these slots on each side. We'll put these guys lengthwise there once they're all dried up. And then these are just the doors that we'll just stick on the front. So I'm going to do all that real quick off camera, and then when we come back it'll be all ready for you to scope it out. Thanks. Alright, so we got everything put together in place. One last thing that I didn't mention, these end pieces, they look like this. You just punch that out, then you punch this guy out. There's a little insert in there that you punch out and throw away. You're going to turn these over. See, it's a dark gray. You're going to glue them together like that, and this piece will fit into the end cap. And on this side, you're just going to glue this down on top like that, and that will be the door. You can leave it off if you want your container to have no door. You want people to be able to walk through it or put a model inside of it. Totally up to you. Alright, we'll get this glued up and come back. Alright folks, we're back. It is completed. You can see all the finely printed details in here on this thing. There's got some ribbing across the top, ribbing on the corners, some cool little ribbing right there. These are these folded pieces from the beginning. Then you got the longer pieces right here, and the pieces on the end that form the M caps. So it's if it is cardboard, so if I just crushed my hand right now like I was crushing a water balloon or something, then it would come apart. But I can drop it. It's not going to break. It's fine. If I pull out one of my little scions here for scale that I'm working on, there's a little tempestuous scion right there. Yeah, stand him there. That's how he, about the size comparison. So it fits perfectly with all your 28mm, 32mm wargaming needs. I love it. It literally took me 10 minutes to glue all those pieces together. It just takes a little longer than that for everything to dry, so you can put all the individual pieces together. The cool thing about this ribbing here is if you have more than one of these, they stack perfectly. So all you kill team junkies out there, you want some line of sight blocking terrain, you can literally just stack these up, make a really cool Indiana Jones factory warehouse thing where they keep the Covenant, Ark of the Covenant situation going on. I have here my GW container that I've painted for my Imperial Guard army. Do a little side by side here. So you can see they're pretty similar. This one's a little bit smaller, but it definitely suffices if you need at a glance, you know. You need something quick, you need something easy. It's sturdy, it's super fast to build, it's beautifully printed. I personally love it. I am not endorsed at all by TinkerTurf. I saw their Kickstarter, fell in love with the idea of just being able to put something together in 10-15 minutes because I'm constantly building models and painting models, and I loathe having to paint terrain. I love the idea of it, to personalize my own terrain. The idea is great, but I find that I never ever have the time to do it or complete it. So anytime there's some cool pre-painted terrain, pre-built terrain, I jump at the chance to get it. And this one just, it's so cool. Easy to build, super easy instructions to follow, super cheap, not very expensive. All you need is some glue, some clamps, and then these themselves. I will link all the TinkerTurf stuff in the description, and this will be the first video of many because I have multiple sets of theirs from their Kickstarter. So look forward to more TinkerTurf reviews in the future. I love it. This is P-Funk signing off for ExplodesOnSixGaming, Terrain on the Brain. I'm out.